Hi everyone, I am here in Santa Clara, coming to a cemetery called Santa Clara Mission Cemetery. So I'm gonna check it out. Hope you guys like it. Um, See what content I can give you guys, show you guys. So hope you like it. Okay, so I drove in here in the cemetery. You know what? It's a pretty good size. It's got a lot of tombstones. Some of them are real old. I mean, in reality, I really don't know where to start. But if you look here, anyways, there's all these little cross tombstones. I don't know if it's for younger people, October 54. Or older people. So some of just like this one here, it says Jose Maria Zavala, September 30th, 1958 to February 14th, 1959. So this must be for children, you know? I mean, I don't know how old these are, but my God, it's very, very interesting the way these look, you know? Oh yeah, here's another one. This one here is Angel Garza. You see the third, no, I think it's November 1st, 1949 to May 10th, 1956. This guy was about 6-7 years old. So this is for children, a children's cemetery here. So wow, very interesting, you know. So I'm gonna go ahead and walk a little bit this way, see if I can see a couple of more. This one looks like it's more newer. Tripoli Joseph Russell. It's got a little fan on it, but it's probably old. It's got some little cars on there. So I don't know if you can see the name here. October 3rd, 1959. October 3rd, 1959. Forever in our hearts. Wow. You know, I mean, rest in peace. You know, Joseph. But like I said, all these little tombs here, tombstones, or this cemetery area is mainly for little kids. So, wow, you know, and they look like they're pretty old. But you know, it's like in the 50s that these kids passed away. So, you know, it's pretty sad, you know. I mean, if you really look at all these, they're all little children. So the only thing I can say, you know what, is my condolences to their families. And may they all rest in peace. Poor little babies. You know, here's a couple of more here. This one here is for two of them. So I don't know what's going on with this one. But this one here is Buen Rostro, Consuelo and Alberto R. One of them was born January 3rd, 1953, and left us January 22nd, 1959. And Alberto was born in February 28th, 1956, and left us January 1959. It's like 4 years old. I don't know, but you know what? Very sad to see this. But you know what? Hey, we all have our day. They just didn't have a chance to really, you know, in life. But you know what? With this tombstones here, their parents love them. You know, they're loved and they have their stuff. You know, their tombstones, their flowers. So here's a couple of more here. You know, here's this one here. Daniel R. Banales, February 24th, 1956. January 10th, 1957, like a year old. You know, I feel sorry for you, Danielle. Rest in peace, buddy, and my condolences to your family. You know, so if you can see here, this is an area where all the little babies are at, which is pretty sad, you know, but what can we do? Okay, so I'm gonna come over here to this other area here. There's some other tombstones here that are, some of them are leaning, some of them are got some real nice statues on them. So this one here is Costello, I don't see anything else on it, not unless it's on the other side. This one here is White William. You know, H and Catherine, but I don't see no when they died or anything like that. But it just looks like it's withered. This one's leaning sideways a little bit, this cross. But just like there's a lot of them here that are like that, you know. Here's a couple of cool ones here. This one here is Suto daughters, Katie and Mary. Katie was born in 1910. Left us 1930. 1910. Wow. And Mary was born 1912 and left us in 1913. Wow. On the bottom it says Joseph Manina, April 2nd, 1941 to March 7th, 1943. I don't know if that's another brother or mom or what, but if you look at it, you got 3 people. So Joseph, oh, okay. So it shows an older lady there. I don't know if that's the sister or the mom, but it says Suto daughter, so I'll leave it at that. My condolences to the family, and rest in peace, you guys. Okay, here's another. I don't know if so this right here must be the parents. Suto Francis, 1884 to 1952, and Mato, 1887 to 1967. Members of Savonian AB Society of San Jose. Natives of Dalmatia, Yugoslavia. Well, my condolences to your family, Suto family, and may you rest in peace. Okay, there's a couple of them over here. There's a couple of them that are on the floor over here. Wow. Look at this one here. This is from 1917. Richard, Manuel, Eva, and Vivian. So I guess there's 4 family members here. So I wouldn't know how, but it looks pretty old. From the 1700s to the 1920s. Now look at this one here. This one here, this tombstone belonged right there. So it must have fell. But the name on it says Joseph Conge. Okay, born March 6, 1850 and died February 18, 1905. And then there's a William L. George, January 23rd, 1883. And then there's missing a couple of them down here. It just says May 5th to 1921. Oh, okay. So he was born 1883 and left us 1921. So George, William or George, you guys rest in peace, and my condolences to your families. Oh, this is interesting. You know, there's a couple of more that are over here. This one looks like it fell off its foundation. If you see the way this one looks, I mean, it's tripping. I mean, what forced that down? It looks like when it slid off right here, it probably broke this one. But this one here is for a Maria A. E. Rimasa. She died January 29th, 1905. Age 66 years old and 7 months. Maria, rest in peace, and my condolences to your family. I mean, wow, some of these tombstones are pretty old, you know? I mean, this is the kind of stuff that I like to look at. You know, I mean, you know, I know a lot of people don't, but, you know, me, it just makes me think, you know, who put these up here, man? Or, you know, who put them up? Was, you know, the day they put this up, the family was here standing, you know, they were probably all crying, you know, when they were putting this tombstone on. You know, and this is the kind of stuff that I think about, you know. I mean, and look at now. You know, like this one here is from 1906. You know, this is Ida Runan Puccinelli. She was born 1906 and died in 1931. So if you look at this tombstone the way it is, and oh my God, you know, I mean, it really, really makes you think. Like this one here that's leaning. You know, you got some here that are leaning. You got some that have nice little statues on them. I'm gonna walk over here a little bit. Just to look at a couple of ones. There's some on the floor right here. If you can see them. Let me see. Honey Cynthia, 1953 to 1956. That's Honey Cynthia, 1953, 54. That's like 3 years old. You know, like little babies or what? Anyways, so Honey, rest in peace and my condolences to your family. I'm gonna walk over here a little bit more, show you guys a couple of more that are here. If you see over here, there's a lot of them out here. And they're pretty old. I mean, it's the kind of stuff I love to watch, you know. I mean, show you guys the way these tombstones are. There's this mausoleum on here. See this one here. Here's another one here. This one, I mean, it just tells you how old these are. This one broke off, which tough, you know, I guess it slid off or broke off. But this one here, see, in God's care, our little angel. Rosanna Marie Ramirez, January 25, 1953 to May 2nd, 1953. Eternal love. This is a little baby, man, born January, February, March, April, May. So 4 months old, and this baby passed away. You know, his little girl. Wow. You know what? My condolences to your family. You know, and rest in peace. You know, poor little babies, man. So I guess these are more babies here, if you look at it. Because there's this one here, Arzino Losicero Cagnasi. Okay, in memory of Luis L. Cagnasi, in memory of Eva Rocinero Caruso. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 people in this place right here. You know, so just the way it looks, man. The year is 1800s. You know, and these people passed like in the 65, 70s, right around that time. Some of them passed on the 1940s. Around that time, 65. So 70 and under, that's when these people passed. My condolences to them. There's a couple of more that I'm going to show you over here that really, really, you know, makes you think, you know, like, wow, man. You know, I mean, at one time, there was a lot of people here saying their goodbyes to these people. And it makes you think, where are these people? Do they still come around? Do they still come and leave flowers? You know, are they remembered, or did they move out of the area? This one here is for Albert. This is 1800s, 1892 to 1952. Anita Albertson and Louis F. Arada. Okay, just shows they were born in 1894, in the 1800s. And Louis was born in 1800s, and they left us like in the 1950s, 1940s. So I'm just gonna move on, and all I can say is rest in peace. My condolences to your families. Okay, so I'm gonna come to this area here, another little area. Just wanted to show you some of these, and I believe it's still for babies here. Okay. Rivas Michael. Okay, so that's that one here. 1950 to 1988. 88, 38 years old. Okay, it's not a baby. So, let's say Rivas Michael S. 1950. Body 1988. So, it doesn't really say. 19, okay, I'm gonna come over here and look at a couple of these other ones here. some of these are really, really trippy. Okay, there's these one here. They're withered. I don't know if it's the type of stone it has or what, but if you really look at it, you can't really read that much of it. So this one says in memory of Matthew J. December 14, 1876. He was born and died February 26, 1939. He's pretty old. And then there's Annie A. died September 25th, 1947. Okay, all I can say is rest in peace. And my condolences to your family. This was before I was born. So, again, I'm gonna walk over here a little bit more. As you can see, there's a lot of them here. There's a lot of pretty trippy crypts. Okay, there's a couple of them down here. Here's one here that's sideways, you know, and I don't even think you could even read anything on it. Let me come on the other side. Oh yeah, you can. So it's Goey Art Mary, 1889 to 1937. So this one's pretty trippy. I just couldn't pronounce the name. But rest in peace, Mary. My condolences to your family. There's a couple of more over here that I'm gonna show you. This one here is missing probably the top part right here, and I don't know what that would be. But look at this one here. This one here, wow, pretty old. It's Francis in Van Kane. Francis in Man Kane, something like that. Born 1858 and left as 1894. Something like that in peace. I don't even know what the word. REQUIESCAT in peace. There's a trippy tombstone. Rest in peace, Francis, and my condolences to your family. There's another one here. Now this is pretty trippy right here, the way they have it. But you can see, you know, how old it is. Look at the way, like, the concrete cement is broken. This one here, if you can see right here, it's one person, and it's Kate Mazziotti. Let's see. Yeah, Kate Mazziotti died May 20th, 1900. Can you believe that? She was 34 years old. Wow, Kate, rest in peace and my condolences to your family. Okay? So, you know, some of these tombstones, man, they're old. I mean, it just makes you think, you know. Here's another one here. There's a couple of more. I wonder if they even have any some of these tombstones that are wood. In memory of Albert Swift, born 1927, died 1902. Wow. May his soul rest in peace. Well, you know what, Albert? I can tell you rest in peace and my condolences to the family. You know, but look at this. These are old tombstones. Some are pretty old. Some looks like they have new flowers on them. They came and put new flowers on them, so the family's still looking at them. This one says A.M. Sikovic, 1876 to 1904. Wow. So it's pretty old, sideways. You know, you could barely read it, but you know what? My condolences to you, and rest in peace, sir. Okay, there's another one here. This one here says, beloved Father Bradshaw. Okay, Richard M. 1882 to 1957. I was born in 1960, 3 years before I was born. This man left us. So Bradshaw, rest in peace, sir. My condolences to your family. Okay. I'm gonna walk a little bit over here. Just gonna show you some of the tombstones, the way they look. I'm not gonna mention each one, but if you can see some of these, you can tell this one has a crack right there. You know, some of these stones are pretty old. And this one is pretty old itself. Richard something Mathers died November 20, 1887. He was 63 years old. Wow. I'm gonna walk a little bit over here just to show you. I'm not gonna speak that much, just so you can see them. Oh my God. I cannot believe I found a wood tombstone. I mean, what a surprise. Look at this. Can you believe this here? Look at that. And then the ground is real soft. Oh my God, look at that. Shoot. Any lettering over here? No, there's nothing here. Wow. This is pretty trippy. I mean, look at this. This is the first time I've seen a wood stone. And I don't know if great or what. And then it has a name here, but I don't know if it belongs here or what. It says Mary Mendoza, 1882 to 1905. Wow. But look at how great that is. Look at this. And if I walk over here more, there's another one over here that I see. This other one is also a wood one. I'm gonna walk around because I don't want to cross the tombstones. So I'm just gonna walk over here and not say nothing. See some of these here. Another wood cross. Wow. Look at that. Got a little Jesus crucifix on it. Right in the middle. And this one here, it says Leonardo Manzi, Nato, Italia. Morto, October 3rd, 1909. He was born. D. Ani, he left us. I guess that means age. So I don't know, but you be the judge. And it says I know it means rest in peace down here. So look at that. Good tombstone. Or, cross. That's trippy. Okay, I'm gonna walk over here. And some of these are, wow. Okay, like over here, a memory of, this is like 1900s, 1800s. But look at all these. Wow, man. It's like I'm in awe. I'm surprised. Just the way all these look. This one here. Wow. That one's broken across. Here's another one with a word cross. Look at that. I mean, what else can you ask America? You know, look at how great that looks. I mean, you know, it's stuff like this that makes me think, you know, I said, man, one time, you know, the whole family was here when they put this person to rest. You know, I can imagine all of them sitting around, you know, while they brought down the casket or wherever he was in. You know, at one time everybody was here. And look at now. I don't know how old it is, it doesn't say. It's got to be in the 1800s though. But look at that cross. Wow, you know. And then there's a lot of them here that are old. I mean, I'm tripping. Oh, look at this one here. This is something here that you would probably do in the old days, the Western days. Look at this one. There's nothing around it. I'm sure the body's around here somewhere. But it says C. Romano. How cool is that? Look at that. A wood cross. You know, there's nothing on here separating anything. It's just like before, you know, like in the cowboy days or whatever, they used to just put a cross and bury them in the dirt. Look at that. This is what I like bringing you guys. This is what I like to show you guys. Okay, I'm gonna walk over here more. Here's this one here. So you can tell it's leaning sideways. Look at it. Okay. They're not flat. But this one here is Ciro, 1862 to 1932. Teresa and Joseph. Joseph was born 1904 and left us 1911. As well as Teresa, 1864. She left us in 1942. And Ciro left us in 1932. But these people were all born in the 1900s. One next to it. Here, my daughter, Angelo J. Canepa. He was born in the 1800s and left us in 1911. Look at how nice that little tombstone is. It's still looking good compared to some of the other ones. Here rests a woodman of the world. And then on the bottom it says daughter, Carrie Canepa, born 1901 and left us 1925. Oh, wow. So this is kind of the stuff that I could tell you I'd like to bring you guys. If you guys have any questions, any comments, hey, let me know. You know, if you don't like something, let me know. I'm not gonna get hurt. Let me know what else. I'm sorry. Let me know what else you guys would like for me to send you guys. But if you look over here, a lot of these look pretty old. You know, I mean the ones that are in the back over there, I don't know, but it's all pretty nice tombstones. You know, so I'll show you some of these. I'm gonna walk around a little bit, not say too much, just to show you some of these over here. Some of these here don't even have nothing on them. Tombstones, no crosses. There's this one here. This crypt. See that? How nice is that? And the name of it says Raggio. Anyways, if that's how you pronounce it. look in here, and you have 6 will be family members here, I think. Yep, and they have a statue of Jesus there. You guys can see it. There it is. Look at that. And this is what it looks like inside. Here's the names. There's Elena, Raggio, Giovanni, Peter, Beatrice, Maddalena, Raggio, and there's one missing on the bottom. But some nice little flowers in there. Nice Jesus statue. So just thought I'd show you guys. Okay. So that is this one here. We'll step down. And there's a lot more over here. That's probably the biggest one they have here. You have to look over here. It's pretty nice. Very nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and walk back to my car. Just wanted to show you these over here. Like I said, if you guys have any questions, any comments, hey, let me know. If I'm